Welcome to a rainy day here in Central PA. Perfect day to sit home, catch up on some chores around the house, and read a few books. Even do a book review, or a book haul video rather. Also perfect day to kick back and wear some Crocs, you know what I'm saying? So here's some books that I got in, I think it was last week or so. I haven't done a video on these, some sci-fi books. I lucked out on these and got all these for, what I pay for them? I think it was like $1 each or so on eBay. This is all eBay, but all sci-fi. Let's get into it. I'm really excited about this. There's a lot of cool looking books here. Alright, so we have 3 Times Infinity. Yeah, the old sci-fi cover art is just phenomenal on some of these books. This is level 7. Interesting what it says here. It says a horrifying prophetic document of the future, a diary of a man living 4,000 feet underground in a society hell-bent on atomic self-destruction. Pretty interesting. Okay, we have Galactic Cluster. Superb Stories of Outer Space. Look at that thing. Pretty wild. Nothing going on in the back there. There's another picture of the thing that's going on in the front. Alright, science fiction adventures in mutation. Okay, this is a 6 short novels. I don't know why that was such a tongue twister for me. Science fiction. And here's your 6 short novels. The Blast, Coventry, The Otherworld Barrier, Surface Tension, and Maturity. I really enjoy short stories. I've said that plenty of times in these videos I've been making. I probably sound like a broken record. Speaking of sounding like a broken record, I listened to one of my other videos that I made, and I was scrolling through the books, and I seen pictures that said, oh yeah, imagery. I said imagery 100 times. I'm like, holy heck, I annoy myself sometimes. Fantasy and science fiction, the best from fantasy and science fiction. This is the 5th series. I'm sorry maybe if I'm going too slow for you guys going over this cover art, but this is my video, not yours, and yeah, I really enjoy this cover art. This is why I'm, taking my time with these things. The best from fantasy and science fiction, this is the 7th series. Okay, over here we have SF, I would imagine that's science fiction. The year's greatest science fiction and fantasy. Okay, we have Starshine. This is the book that that started the song from the Gorillaz on their first album, where they're all sitting in the Jeep. This is one of the songs on their track, Starshine. No, I don't know what this is about. I don't. But it looks really cool. Honestly, these sci-fi books, even if I never read them, I'm just happy that they would sit on my shelf because they look that cool. Yeah, I really like these books. But my plan is to read these things, of course. Worlds to come. Pretty neat. Okay, this is Theodore Sturgeon. Not Without Sorcery. I like the font used here. Not Without Sorcery. It's pretty neat. Kind of reminds me of like an old like Amish duchy looking font. I guess here's some more books you can buy. Pretty cool. Okay, this is Dark Stars by Robert Silverberg. I was telling a buddy of mine that the Doctor Who series of books, I think they just came out in certain years, but if you look up the Doctor Who books, the cover art was done by David Mann. And if you're not familiar by who David Mann is, David Mann was the guy that did a lot of the motorcycle art for like Easy Rider magazine back in the day. David Mann's one of my favorite artists. Okay, so we have Exploring Other Worlds. 8 Great Tales of Interplanetary Adventure. Look at that. This is a really cool cover. This just reminds me of this cover is just like I don't know, it just like embodies like imagination, right? That's kind of how I look at that. It's just really cool. It's just simple, innocent imagination. Really cool. Okay. This is like a tie-dye cover, you know. Look at that. And it's like, yeah, it's a wraparound. Look at the font on that. I didn't even get to what this is called. This is, yeah, I got Futures Unlimited. That's what's called, Futures Unlimited. Really cool. Wow. That's a pretty far out book. Okay, so here we have New Tales of Space and Time. Really cool stuff. Alright, so on to our hardcovers. You know, 5 of these. Is this? No, they're not really in numerical order. And there's some missing out of this, but this is the best from fantasy and science fiction. This is the 8th series. Looks like they're maybe colonizing somewhere. I'm not sure. Pretty cool. Okay, this is another one. Best from fantasy and science fiction. This is the 7th series. Really cool cover art going on here too. Looks like maybe one of the guys lost his tether. Maybe they're trying to keep everything together, trying to stay somehow attached from to their spaceship. I don't know. Fantasy and science fiction. Another one. This is book number 6 out of the series. This looks like something like straight out of like the Twilight Zone. I like the old breathing apparatus going on here with like the 2 canisters. I'd imagine that's what they're trying to portray. That's what I'm getting out of it. It's pretty neat looking. Okay, here's this is the red book. If you like the color red, this describes everything about it. No, this is another one from fantasy and science fiction. This is 3rd series. I really wish it had a dust jacket. Just because, I mean, these things are really cool, but I'll take it. Now, this one is from the Third Galaxy Reader. I guess this was another science fiction magazine back in the day. And that's something I wanted to mention too, like the other books I was just showing you, like science fiction and fantasy, these guys over here, this was a magazine back in the day. And then, you know, I guess they just took the best stories and compiled them into these books. But from what I've been learning about science fiction books is they would you would take, if you're an author, you take your stuff and you send it in. I guess a magazine would publish it, and then from that magazine, hopefully you're lucky enough to get your own book out of it. That's what I take of how this all occurred. Here's some books that are inside of here, some stories rather. All right, well, that's all we have here for this little sci-fi book haul. Thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I do. This is a really cool set of books here. All right, take care, guys.